So this is, right through those bushes is the TWiT Cottage. I just came from the smoothie shop, right there. It's a pretty awesome smoothie I got right here. And about to head in there, so I'm a few minutes early. And gonna meet Leo and hear him do the radio show. This is Keller Street here. And this is the cottage. You can see that's all the shows. I guess they actually have over 20 now.
On my TWiT podcast network at TWiT.tv. It's in the specials feed actually, but there's also the radio shows are there as well. Actually, they're on Tech Guy Labs too, our radio show site. It's all available. But anyway, it was the last thing actually I saw before I left Las Vegas on Sunday afternoon. Scott Wilkinson and I, we said one last chance to. We don't tell you their names, but we can make sure they see the ads. As an individual, it's not so easy to do. Is somebody approaching you about doing that?
No, I'm putting together. Well, actually, I'm considering putting together a website. I've got the domain name registered. In fact, I've actually got several registered. But it's one of those things. I feel like if I can make money, more money.
Yeah, the way to do it is not. There's nobody who's gonna. There's no broker who's gonna say, yeah, tell us everything about your users. But if you put Google Ads on there, that's what people do. They use AdSense. That is the webmaster's version of Google AdWords. You put Google, it's very easy to do. You can do it in 3 seconds if you go to Google and I guess google.com/AdSense, set up an account. You won't make a huge amount. It's bigger than 4.3 it looks like. Is it 5 inches?
It's a 4.3.
It's 4.3. It's just, I guess it's got less bezel than the Bright X. It just looks bigger somehow. It's nice. Tweet others as you would want them to tweet you. I like that. Cosby. I suppose it could, Virgil. I think what'll happen is we'll keep the Mustang as a show mobile. That would be really fun. And do a party broadcast. Let's see. I need fanfare for the common man. East Coast Studio, this is going to take up all of our attention, but eventually we'll have an East Coast Studio.
We're going to do it.
We'll probably use video to do a high def. The real issue for us is backhaul. We need a TWiT salute. Yes, we do. The backhaul is what the TV people call that connection between one studio and another, and they usually use fiber. Brick TWiT house. There goes Leo on his tricycle, towing his blue ball behind him. And then John, carrying the cameras. Next is Alex. He's got all the microphones. Brent with the lights. Sarah and Tom carrying the Tech TV banner. And bringing up the rear, Lisa in the TWiT Mustang. It's 2 blocks, it's over. We're done. I don't think the song we're gonna have to cut down. Leo pulls out the keys, opens the door. Wait a minute, there's a big red ribbon across the front. Fortunately, Burke has the giant scissors. He breaks them out. Leo cuts the ribbon. and joy reigns across the land as the new TWiT Studios open to the public for the first time. Yes, you can all ride lawnmowers behind us. Oh yes, the mayor of Petaluma, David Glass, is there with the ceremonial chicken, which he hands me, and I fry up for us all. No, you're right. I think that might be better as, let me see, I think I have the ORF. I couldn't open it up, but we got him in there. Was it quite a shock, actually, because, you know, I've been doing that show for 10 years. Regis has been doing it for a little longer. But Regis is pushing 80 years old, and, you know, there's always the question, well, how much longer is he going to do it? And he announced that day, on Tuesday, he said, and nobody expected this, certainly not me, but not even any of the producers. They were all, their jaws dropped. He said, just wanted to let you know, I'm leaving the show. I'll do it, you know, later this year, and they were all, whoa. It's quite a powerful moment backstage, I can tell you. And then later that day, after I did the live bit, because, you know, I love Regis and Kelly because it's live. I love live. This is live. I love doing live. They had asked me ahead of time, they said, Regis made the New Year's resolution that he would learn to use Twitter. So we heard you taught Steve Martin some stuff. We would like you to teach Regis to Twitter. I said, well, Steve Martin's a little bit ahead of the game, but let me do what I can. So after the show, I went upstairs and went to Regis's office, which is fantastic, lined with books, full of green. You know, he's a huge Notre Dame fan, so it's filled with Notre Dame memorabilia. And it's, you know, just, you know, how many years? 50, 60, 70, I don't know, years of show business in there. Just great. I do believe, I think I saw it, and I think it's probably true, he's the longest running continuous guy in showbiz on TV right now. I don't think there's anybody who's been doing it as long as Regis Philbin, and I can tell you this, I don't think there's anybody as good at it. He is amazing. So it's really he's taught me so much. I was glad to teach him Twitter. So we sat down, and I said, okay, Regis, let's do your first tweet. We got Twitter up on the screen. You're logged in. You see where it says what's happening? Well, just type. You get 140 characters. Just type something. And so he said, well, I'd like to type, you know, I just announced that I'm leaving the show, but don't worry, I'm not retiring. I said, that's great. Go ahead. So he said, he looked at the keyboard and said, where's the I? And I thought, oh, we're in trouble. Fortunately, this was... and now I understand why Michael Gelman wanted to pre-tape this. This was pre-taped so they could edit out. It took him a while. He typed it out. I helped him a little bit. There were some typos. I said, leave them in, Regis. Then they know it really is you, not some publicist typing. Because if it's a publicist, it's going to be spelled perfectly, punctuated perfectly. It'll be just so. I said, this is good. This is you. And at the end, type -R so we know it's Regis tweeting on this account because it's a Regis and Kelly account, and which is at Regis_and_Kelly. Kelly's been doing all the tweeting, and then they do have, as most superstars do, they have a professional Twitter person. Regis calls her Twitterella, who does their tweets for them. But when you see -K, that's Kelly really wrote that, and she's very technical, very literate. And if you ever see one with -R, Regis did it. The thing that was interesting, and I think this is where Regis really realized the potential of Twitter, is somebody from, you know, old school media guy, old school TV guy, in this new technology, this new media. I think he realized something. I said, now, great, you did that tweet, Regis. Now we can see people's responses to you. He said, you can? I said, yeah. See that link that says mentions? Click that. Those are all the people answering you back. And there were, of course, hundreds, thousands. And he started scrolling through them. He couldn't believe it. He said, these are people just responded? I said, yeah. They're in the order. The top one is the one that just came. He said that just. And I said, look, 29 new ones just came in, and he couldn't believe it. He was so excited about it. He called his wife. He called Joy and said, "You got to go to Twitter and see what they're saying, because they were all saying, Regis, we're going to miss you. You can't leave." And I don't think he really had ever had that kind of direct feedback from his audience before. It was brand new to him. I said, "You're having a conversation." He said, "I can talk to the audience." I said, "Yeah." I think he was very excited by that. So it was really fun. This is the only one that's just kept my interest. And it's just, I mean, it's not, it doesn't take, I don't, my wife asked me last night, how many hours a day are you farming? But it's just kind of, you know, it's kind of like just a mindless activity in the background. I said, it's like knitting. She said, if you were knitting, we would have scarves.
True. Going with Colleen.
Steampunk meets Z Gallery and Revolution. What's that hardware store?
Rex.
Restoration
Restoration Hardware.
Hardware.
I
Restoration
like the
Hardware.
Restoration Hardware look. Yeah, that's a great look.
Yeah.
I like that better than, say, IKEA. I think it's warmer,
Oh, no, not
more
IKEA.
appealing. You know?
The Z Gallery has got the warmth of what you have
Yeah.
in you know. But I'm thinking that I may